Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Geotech Master channel. I'm thrilled to have you join me for another exploration into the fascinating world of geotechnical engineering. Today, we're introducing a crucial aspect of any construction project, planning a geotechnical subsurface investigation program. If you've been following along, you might remember my previous course, Geotechnical Investigation Essentials. That was our foundation where we explored the basic principles and concepts. This new video builds on that knowledge. If you haven't yet had a chance to go through that course, I highly recommend starting there before diving into this series. It'll ensure you have a solid grasp of the fundamental concepts needed for the new content. Think of it like building a house. You need a solid foundation before adding the walls and the roof. We'll have a link to that in the description for your convenience. We'll be answering several important questions. What are the key steps in creating a robust investigation plan? What factors influence the scope of our investigation? And how do we ensure we're gathering the right information to minimize uncertainties? In essence, a subsurface exploration program is like an investigative tool. It's how we identify and reduce the uncertainties related to soil and rock conditions at a project site. Think of it as a detective's work, trying to uncover the hidden secrets beneath our feet. The more quality information we collect, the better our design parameters will be. If we rely on a small number of measurements, we introduce risk. This is because design parameters derived from a small number of measurements will have large uncertainty and may be inappropriate regardless of the methods used for testing or interpretation. Let's explore the key components.